Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I missed a lot of this event because, well, by the time you're seeing this, it was yesterday was my birthday. I'm an April baby, but I'm no fool. But I was a fool when I decided to predict some of these fights, actually. You know, to be fair, though, for the first couple, I literally did say that a lot of these fighters are just coming off of their Dana White Contender Series fights. And, yeah, those aren't predictable. I might as well skip these like I do some of the women fights. So, like, for these first 3 fights, I basically just guessed. And I missed all of them, I'm pretty sure. No more wasting your time. First was Dylan Budka versus Cesar Almeida. And Cesar Almeida actually won this fight by 2nd round KO. I just guessed it anyway, so I don't really mind. Next up is Dan Argueta versus Gene Matsumoto. Obviously, you could see Matsumoto won by 2nd round submission. And fun fact, in my prediction video, I said Dan was going to win by 2nd round submission. Next up is Pedro Falcao versus Victor Hugo. Yet another one that I got wrong, but yet another one where someone was coming off of their Dana White Contender Series win. Anybody else starting to notice a pattern here? Here's this one, Walter Walker versus Lucas Brzezicki, and you can be mad at me for this one because, as you can see, the underdog went in there and won. This fight broke so many parlays. I went on Twitter and started looking at some people's tweets, and I was just like, yeah, I expected that. In fact, it was I that made it all happen. Finally, one I got correct, Court McGee versus Alex Morono. He won by decision, and I'm glad that I picked him because, yeah, this fight went just about how I thought it would. You know what? What did I say in my prediction? I said it was going to be a 3rd round KO. Trevor Peek versus Charlie Campbell was an absolute war. I watched this fight, and I'm glad I didn't miss it. Them two went in there and fought like somebody had their family hostage or something. But in fact, these are the kind of fights people enjoy watching. And like I said, for fighters like Mike Breeden and Trevor Peek, these guys are going to lose because of their styles. It's bound to happen, but these are the kind of guys you should keep around to try to test new fighters that you think are great in potential, simply because these are the kind of guys you know are going to bring the fight to whoever is across the octagon from them. They're not going to shy away. They're not going to wrestle for dear life. They're going to go and enter the pocket, and you better swing back or protect yourself if you don't want to be hurt. So although I got this right, Trevor Peek better be on this roster for as long as he wants to with that kind of style. Here is the only fight on the main card that I got incorrect. Ignacio Bahamondes decided he wanted to kick the crap out of Giagos and win his fight. Ignacio, I would like to apologize. I was not familiar with your game. All right, so next up was Morgan Charrier versus Chepe Mariscal, and I went back and watched the fight literally just now, and yeah, Chepe won this fight. There is no way you can justify Morgan winning the 1st or the 3rd round. I know that might surprise a lot of you, but please, this is a free card. Go back and watch it. The commentators were literally gassing up Morgan Charrier the entire time. Even when he was losing, they were gassing him up. And in the official rules, damage does trump all. At least that's what the rules say if you go and read them. Not damage trumps all until you get a takedown, and then we go, oh my goodness, he got a takedown and he won the round. And trust me, we'll touch on that subject a little bit later. But either way, both of these guys are people you should look out for. I'm going to make another video of who to look out for soon, and they're definitely going to be on here, both of these guys. Though from what I've seen right now, neither of these guys are touching that belt. But man, do they have potential. Next up is a fight I also got correct. Alexander Hernandez versus Damon Jackson. Damon Jackson won by decision, and I honestly don't care who you think won this fight. This fight was boring. So boring, in fact, I actually did, not lying, I fell asleep. Anyway, congratulations to Damon Jackson. And last but not least, Brandon Allen versus Chris Curtis. This was definitely fight of the night, if not fight of the year, which 2 fighters after the fight said that this is probably fight of the year, but it's pretty early, so let's not jump to conclusions here. Now, let's actually get into it by saying Brandon Allen did win this fight, which means I did get my prediction correct, and I'm usually one of the people who are like, close fights are not robberies. But that is if the judges don't fumble on the scoring. And one of the judges scored it 49-46 for Brandon Allen. That is totally incorrect. I don't care how you see this fight. This is like that Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso 2 fight where that judge was just off completely. So in these instances, yes, I will accept the term robbery. For this fight, you can use robbery. I will not be mad at you at all, because had that judge not watched the fight through a brown paper bag, meaning he didn't see anything, this fight would have went to Chris Curtis. But this time, I am happy because Brandon Allen was my pick and I got it correct, which brings my total predictions for this card to 5 out of 10, a dead 50%. Shut your Anyway, there you go. There's a quick recap, not the title being quick recap, but the actual video being 40 minutes long. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing, like the video, leave a comment because I respond to almost all of my comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. I doubt it.